Portugal Prince is a beacon in this world, which can be quite harsh at times. It's the minute you go in there, it's warm, it's welcoming, it's creative, it's buzzing. Everyone is embraced with incredible kindness. Everyone's listened to. It is a model of life and of working that I've tried to follow here. And I think it's a model that should be disseminated throughout the world, and it would be a far better place for it.
We are now in a space that we try to use as much as possible for our exhibitions. We are limited for space in PT, and I think this is a nice long space that runs up to our art therapy room. And we have pieces of work here by several different individuals. And this is one of Sarah Walker's works. And Sarah is, I think, a very, very talented artist.
It feels a safe place to come and make art, which I need. Being an artist and making pictures is essential for me, and it's a way of expressing who I am and what I feel. And I don't know what I would do without that. The heart of Portugal Prince is an acceptance of people and valuing what people have to offer.
Someone off camera said to me, "My crushed heart is learning to grow again at Portugal Prince." And it's true. Wherever I look, there are hearts, in the environment and in the people there.
I wouldn't have heard of it otherwise if I hadn't been at Portugal Prince, but the access officer at the Royal Academy suddenly turned up here and said, "Does anyone want to volunteer?" Helping the access department, because they have disabled people or people who perhaps would find it difficult to get to the Royal Academy or have a look round on their own. And we run workshops for them, and I try and be as supportive to them as possible and serve tea and coffee as well.
Okay. So what do you get out of that? Because that sounds, really good
Yeah,
way to spend your time, really.
it is. It's very nice. I like the arts environment, and started life as a stone carver and stonemason.
Wow.
And so I was interested when they said they had a piece of stone sculpture, that could I talk about it, and I'll be doing 2 workshops, and I'll show my chisels and tools, and maybe hopefully in the second workshop give a little demonstration of how each one cuts the stone.
Well, I mean, I'd never painted before I came here, or hardly at all. So I've done some painting and I've done some InDesign stuff. Well, obviously it's extraordinary to the extent that people have a chance to paint or to draw, and no one gets forced, which is very nice. People have a choice, so that's very good. And if you're around people painting and coming to terms with whatever they're thinking about, that's always a good basis for having some sense of heart. If I look inside myself and the image arises and it feels, and that has some meaning to it, then I can paint it. Obviously sometimes it's bloody and difficult, yeah, and when you have difficult feelings. And some people go, I've been in and out of hospital and whatever, so, but it makes a bridge somewhere between that dreadful, isolation in the hospital and to some broader world, so that's good. It also gives people a language that isn't, what it's like, the whole psychiatric thing, you're bipolar, you're schizophrenic, you're, got personality disorder, whatever. It's all big, heavy, lumpy words, or psychotic, or so on. And it's like, so at least if you paint, you can develop your own language to say who and what you are. I put it out there in the world, and no one can gainsay it. So it does make some sort of a bridge in between that language and the world's language.
At one time, all I did with my week was the 2-hour art therapy and like the laundrette. That would be my week. So Portugal Prints kept me going through some of the very difficult times. And I was also able to exhibit some of the work that I produced there, and because it worked well for me as therapy and also as artwork, so it was very good to have something in one's life. The RA workshops that I helped go facilitate. No, it's great. Having like a couple of hours focused in a workshop where you're not teaching people but trying to find some way in for people to make artworks, and that's the good thing. And also there's like lots of spontaneous things happening, creative things along throughout the workshop. But also for me it's very much important to give back and to try and help people in their own artistic journey or personal journey. So that's, it's just not me always working on my own in a garret sort of thing. There are ways that artists can work together and provide social links for each other as well.
So we have a huge heart here, and my heart beats stronger for Portugal Prints, and it is really, really part of our heart is to take what we have created and take it out into the community.
The event was a success. Poetry grew on trees everywhere. The theme of the Haiku Festival was "What is Madness?" So I asked the question.
I think people have very painful and difficult experiences, and they have a very human response to that. And I suspect that the term madness is given to anything or anyone who doesn't fit into the guidelines and codes of behaviour of any particular society.
Madness?
Yeah.
Oh, it's brilliant. Yeah, it contains everything. From madness of at least there's license in madness to feel and to think whatever you like. So I'm happy with that. So it's it's a good term. It relates to literature and art in a way that psychiatric language doesn't.
And I've asked all my interviewees, what is madness?
I don't know, it's a pop band, isn't it? Oh God.